Our reporter Katleho Sekhotho joined us now live from the Union Buildings. Katleho, how have these fallen officers, how have they been honored there today?
A very good afternoon, Clement. It's been a sad and somber day here at the Union Buildings, where we've been honoring, or the SAPS has been honoring the families who've lost their loved ones. 34 families had the opportunity to come here at the memorial wall and lay wreaths here where the names of their loved ones will be engraved. And so it is about honoring the police officers who died in the line of duty. But I want to speak to them now. Ntate, thank you so much for giving us your time. You lost your son. It's been a difficult time for you. How do you reflect on this day? And did the words of the President and the Minister comfort you in any way?
Thank you very much. As we've said, I've lost my son, and losing a son at the age of 22 years he's still young. I was expecting more from him. Well, the words of the President that has comforted me, I heard them very well. But the loss is irreparable, because I was expecting my son to bury me, not me burying my son. But what I can say, I will stay and remain with this pain until I go to the grave. All right.
What do you make of the issue around police killings and the fact that police are targeted, criminals are carrying heavy ammunition, and police are up against a tough fight as it relates to criminals?
What I can say to the community at large, criminals are from the community. They are not from planet Jupiter. They are from our community inside our houses. They are our children. They must know that as much as they are children, the police officers are also children to us. So it is through the assistance of the community that we can deal with this crime, so as to lower the crime rate and the police killings.
And Tate, did you have any apprehensions about your son going into the force? Did you have a conversation with him? Were you nervous from the get-go, or were you accepting as a family?
Actually, I can say I want to thank the SAPS for the support that they've shown me from the word go. When I hear this, they were with me a minute after a minute. And the investigating team that were following this case, they work very superb. And then I think almost all the criminals are arrested. I think it was only one that is still at large, but I think he will be arrested very soon. So the CPS is very committed, and then they are doing their level best to close the case.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Clement, I just want to turn to Felicia, who lost her husband. Felicia, thank you for giving us your time. A very sad day. You've lost your husband. Did what happened here today, the engraving on the wall of your husband's name, will that bring you some sort of comfort?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I would say, though, that I am extremely honored knowing that my husband's name has been engraved on these buildings. It's an enormous honor for me, and it's such a proud moment, irrespective of the fact that I've lost my husband, the sad idea of losing my husband. But I'm super proud of him.
Did you live as a family constantly in fear when he was, going out every day doing his job? Is that something as a family you constantly had to deal with?
Absolutely not. The day that I married him, I knew what I was getting myself into. So his job was his passion, his work was his passion. At some point of time, I wanted him to actually go and study a little bit further, go out to the police. But he, because of his great passion for his work, he didn't want to, and I had to respect that. And I think he wouldn't have wanted to have died any other way. So I must say also, because of the fact that he was such a mentor and such a warrior for me and my child, or children as well, I didn't have the need to live in fear.
Thank you so much for your time, Felicia. Thank you. Thank you. Clement, you've heard it there from the families, a very real loss in their lives, losing husbands, sons, and they have to continue on with life. But this event was about to at least commemorate them, engrave their names on the walls, and at least have them live on and remember that their deaths were not in vain.
Katleho Sekhotho, thank you. Live to us from Pretoria.